Hey, everybody, welcome back to another edition of Ask Dr. Barry. Listen, I want to answer a question that we get all the time that comes into Ask Dr. Barry and also into our cannabis clinic, and that is, what is the difference between the strains of cannabis, right? You hear about indica strains, sativa strains, the hybrids, right? So what's that all about? If you look at historically, cannabis fell into those two categories. There's actually a third, Cannabis rubellus, believe it or not, which we really don't see very much of. But the point is, the indica and sativa strains by the old land race original strains, the indica strains, were short and stocky. They tended to produce more of a sedative effect with that terpene profile, which is a term we'll get back to, which is really what it's all about. The sativa strains, on the other hand, were the taller strains. The leaves were kind of more of a thin-leafed variety, right? As the years have gone by, the botany, by genetics, there's been a lot of crossbreeding, of course. So really what it all comes down to is that perhaps in the old days, there were strain specificities just based on the genetics. Today, with so much of the crossbreeding, very much more so appropriate to focus on the terpene profiles of the strains of cannabis. So that's one of the great things about medical cannabis, right, is that labeling process. And we'll get back to the terpenes in a moment, but it's literally those, once again, compounds that are found in all plants. So limonene, prominent in lemons, pinene in pine, beta-caryophyllene in black pepper, right, occur in cannabis as well. And they actually account for a lot of those effects. The sedation, right, that you may get from the myrcene, right, or the linalool, or the elevation from the pinene, like walking through a pine forest, for example, or limonene or valencine. But here's the trick. Sometimes there's an opposite effect for certain people, right? So that myrcene effect that may put people into the couch, so to speak, indica effect, may stimulate others. Limonene and pinene, that may be very stimulating to most people, may put others to sleep. So once again, the beauty of the labeling is the fact that now you can see what terpene profile is in your cannabis, right? You can also see, of course, your THC and CBD profile. You can also see the other minor cannabinoids. So it's literally the labeling today, in my opinion, that supersedes that strain specificity of name, right, of a strain or a variety, so to speak, of indica or sativa. So once again, focus on the terpenes and the labeling. Learn what effects you have from those specific compounds in the cannabis plant. And my belief is that we really won't even see a lot of that classic indica and sativa and hybrid labeling as we go forth. I think there will still, of course, be great names. One of these days, perhaps even a Dr. Barry OG, something along those lines. My point being is that we're still going to see strain names, but I think you'll learn to know that that connotes a certain terpene profile rather than falling into an indica or sativa type of designation.